There is nothing that can prepare you for rape. Nothing to ready you for your last day, your last breath. There is no guide for what it takes over when you wake from a nightmare and realize it was real. You never imagine it will happen to you, and when it does, sometimes living through it is the hardest part, and also the greatest victory. I remember opening the door that day, like it was yesterday. I can see his face as he stands outside the threshold. I was so naive and believing only the best in people, even strangers. But this stranger, he changed that belief. I don't know how long he was in my home, but I can recall every second of that time. I remember being face down, his weight on my back, making me one with the beige carpet below. Every one of my senses overwhelming me, the stench of his cigarettes surrounding him, the black in his nails, his tan skin, the sickening light touch of his long brown hair, his taste in my mouth. I had been raped, beaten, tied, and strangled, but I felt nothing outside of being trapped between his knees and under his weight as he double-wrapped a curling iron cord around my neck and pulled. I struggled to move but went nowhere. I never imagined my life ending this way. I had loved the Lord my whole life and never questioned his purpose. I remember asking God's forgiveness for anything and everything. I knew the end was near. But then I asked him to let me live. And at that moment, I felt an indescribable peace. I could no longer breathe, and the light was gone. I don't know how long I was out, but I woke up. My mind was foggy. I couldn't focus my eyes. I thought it was all a bad dream until I felt the carpet and realized I was still face down on the floor, and it was no longer beige. I had no idea where the blood had come from, but I realized that God had granted my request. He said okay, and there was no going back. It would take years to get to a place of peace and forgiveness, but little by little and day by day, with the grace and mercy of a Savior whose love I still cannot fathom, we got there. I didn't survive on my own. That's a credit I owe all to him.